Our guest has 5 minutes to answer 5 questions given to us from a random question generator. So question number 1, what is the most recent fact you learned that surprised you?
Got him.
Jeez. I only have a minute to come up with this. Oh man.
Think of a particular category then. So like what dinosaurs, food, roadworks, whatever. You know, something that you just
Secret Agent Wizard Boys.
you Googling it.
Let's see. It's probably something really specific and engine related, like something like, that Trespasser had bump mapping.
Right?
Like Jurassic Park Trespasser had in the 90s had a primitive version of bump mapping that you can see, and dynamic shadows.
Yeah, and we all learned really something new today.
Yeah. Or maybe something
very
about
random,
sharks.
but impressive to hear nonetheless.
Yeah, maybe it'd be something about sharks. I just saw a shark exhibit, and I do like sharks.
Okay.
But I'm struggling to remember.
Yeah.
It's probably something like that.
Aquatic
probably
life's
something
pretty
shark
interesting,
related.
Andrew.
Yeah. Oh no, I actually know exactly what it is. It's that the Portuguese man of war is made up of it's made up of discrete living things. It's like a community of living things. It's not a creature in and of itself.
Oh, okay.
I learned that at QuakeCon.
Interesting.
I was like, what? That's so weird. Okay, next question.
All right, question number 2. Would you feel comfortable showing me the photos on your phone?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of it's like it's either going to be my kids, like my family, or texture shots, or like screen caps of random garbage from Discord or
The important stuff in life.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Of course. All right, question number 3. What small stuff do you sweat even though you know it shouldn't? What? No, you man, I done fucked that up. What small things do you worry too much about that you know you shouldn't?
Everything. All the small things.
That's fair.
Yeah.
The state of my house, because I have 3 children and 5 pets, so my house is a disaster zone at all times, and there is a not insignificant amount of my mental space taken up by just being stressed out about how much of a mess my house is.
Oh, I'm sure.
At all times.
I feel you.
Question number 4. What's your biggest first world problem?
I don't know if this counts or not, but the one that, if this counts as a first world problem, it's definitely the biggest, which is that it's very hard to determine if something is, when something is gluten-free, if it is free from cross-contamination. And that's, I don't know if that counts as a first world, because that's what I'm not sure about, because it's extremely, it's extremely nitpicky, but technically it could be fatal. Because I have celiac disease, which is fatal if you don't stop eating gluten, but also is not necessarily fatal if you only eat a little bit. So I don't know if that counts. But that's what immediately comes to mind, is like, I have to deal with that so often. And I have to be that guy in the restaurant who is like, hey, tell me about your gluten, like your procedures for keeping, cross-contamination from happening. And I always feel like an enormous jackass doing it.
But your life depends on it.
To an extent, I mean, if I eat gluten at one meal, it's not going to kill me. But technically, if I were to continue eating gluten for, I don't even know how long, a
Prolonged period.
matter of
yeah.
months or whatever, it would kill me.
Yeah.
Okay, so fifth and final question. If Dusk hadn't come out, would we still have the boomer shooter explosion?
Yes. I am
Really?
I agree.
almost 100% sure, yes. I think that Dusk was influential, and that it did sort of spur a lot of other people on to go in that direction, but I think it was going to happen regardless, and honestly, I think it was Doom 2016 that was the main Kickstarter of that. Because I know a lot of devs who at that time were not retro shooter or even necessarily shooter enthusiasts at all, who were paying a lot of attention to Doom 2016 because that was huge. It just came out of
Rise
nowhere.
of Triad and Shadow Warrior were
Even
like,
so those were
going,
but
hey, we're here, and then Doom's like, no, we're back.
yeah,
And then like Dusk happened, and then but there was also so many games that were like in development at the same time. Like
Yeah,
I mentioned
that
Project
too.
Warlock and all these other things that all dropped like not too far from each other, and then like
I think
it just kept happening.
Yeah, I think it was something of an inevitability. Someone was always going to be the first one. I was just very lucky, maybe forward thinking, but I think I was just very lucky to start in that direction at a somewhat early time.
Do you think that was just sort of like an inevitable reaction to kind of like AAA fatigue or something like that, or is it just something worse?
I think so. I think that there's a lot of things that even outside of games where this is true, but definitely in games, there's this element of like a pendulum swinging in different directions. And it's kind of nice in the sense that the games industry, at least so far, is a little bit self-mediating. Like you can't ever have one thing for too long; it never really stagnates. When I was younger, I thought, oh, the industry is like everyone. I think when they're younger, they're like, oh, these games, they're not as good as this older stuff.
Yeah.
And the industry is dying or whatever. And the reality is that it's always changing. And I think that
Ever evolving.
The games had been, or shooters, I should say, had been stuck in the linear pseudo-realism cinematic set piece whole thing for long enough that people were really, really sick of it. And it also happened to coincide with the time when a lot of people who had played Doom or Quake, or maybe later on, maybe Serious Sam or whatever, were starting to get old enough that they could actually undertake these projects in a larger way. So yeah, that I think it was an inevitability, and I was just lucky to be at the forefront of it.